Christian McCaffrey has been a matchup nightmare for opposing defensive coordinators all season long. McCaffrey has a skill set of an elite slot receiver, making it impossible for linebackers to guard him in man coverage. And the 49ers are too physical of a football team to match up corners against McCaffrey, allowing this 49ers offense to be a mismatch in the red zone no matter what defense the other team comes out in. I want you to take a look at this first play here. The 49ers come out here in a jumbo look, meaning they have 3 tight ends and 2 running backs on the field. So the Rams have to match that personnel. They come out in a goal line look where they only have 1 DB on the entire field. So what did the 49ers do? They motion out Christian McCaffrey, who's a borderline slot wide receiver, get him one-on-one with the linebacker in space, and they run a natural pick play with their tight end, giving McCaffrey an easy walk-in touchdown. But what happens if you don't line up in a heavier personnel to guard them in the red zone? Well, the Carolina Panthers found that out the hard way. Here you see the 49ers come out in 22 personnel, 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, and 1 wide receiver. And to match that, the Carolina Panthers come out in an odd front with 5 defensive linemen, 4 defensive backs, and 2 linebackers. And the 49ers are going to exploit that. They're going to run a stretch zone play to the weak side of the field that allows their offensive linemen to climb up to the second level, block those defensive backs, and have a free walk-in touchdown for Christian McCaffrey. But let's say you get them into an obvious passing situation. They have 2 wide receivers on the field, so they're coming out in 12 personnel, and you have the advantage here as the New York Giants. Well, they're going to see what coverage you're in first. They're going to motion Kendrick Bourne across the formation, see that you're in man coverage, so they dial up this mesh concept, which runs everyone from the other side of the formation directly into the guy who's guarding Christian McCaffrey to give him a walk-in touchdown once again. But the 49ers don't just need pick plays and rub routes. As I mentioned, Christian McCaffrey is a wide receiver in a running back's body. So what we're going to do here is we're going to motion Juwan Jennings across the formation. That's going to tell us we have man coverage. And that means that we have a linebacker isolated in the middle of the field on Christian McCaffrey. So what do? We give him an option route. He beats the linebacker, and we have a free touchdown once again with McCaffrey. But I really need y'all to understand, I'm not just cherry picking plays here. We're going to do the exact same thing again. We're going to motion McCaffrey out. That identifies to the tight end, George Kittle, exactly who's guarding McCaffrey. We run a pick play to block that guy, and McCaffrey's wide open in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Okay, so if man coverage doesn't work, what about zone coverage? Well, what the 49ers do is every time someone gives them zone coverage in the red zone, they throw a screen play to Christian McCaffrey. If you're not going to keep your eyes on him, you're going to lose him in these zones, and he's going to just feast and put them closer and closer to the end zone if he doesn't score. So, if man coverage doesn't work and zone coverage doesn't work, what other option do you have? Well, you can run match, which is a version of zone coverage where it turns into man when a player runs into your zone. But guess what? Kyle Shanahan's a genius, so he knows how to exploit this too. What we're going to do is we're going to run our slot receiver directly into the person who could be man marking Christian McCaffrey. And then we're going to take our outside receiver, Juwan Jennings, and we're going to have him teeter his route slowly to hold both the safety and the corner who's supposed to be playing the flat in case he's running a hook. And you see it opens up Christian McCaffrey in the corner of the end zone. This is genius by Kyle Shanahan, and this is how the 49ers continue to win football games despite having the most injuries in the NFL. Key contributors constantly get hurt, like Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Fred Warner, and so many more. But yet, the 49ers continue to win football games because Kyle Shanahan's a genius and he allows Christian McCaffrey to be put in the best position possible to constantly be a mismatch for opposing defensive coordinators. And as you see here, it really doesn't matter what you come out in. As long as the 49ers call up the right play, Christian McCaffrey is going to score a touchdown anyway. And that's why he's going to have another 1,000 season for the first time in NFL history.